very good morning to you, wherever you're watching us around the world. Welcome to Superscreen News at 10, reaching you live from Lagos. I am Olamide Onka. Many thanks for joining us. State governors elected on the platform of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has kept mum after meeting President Muhammadu Buhari behind closed doors at the presidential villa Abuja. Report says the contentious issue of tenure extension for members of the party's National Working Committee was said to have dominated discussions at the meeting. At the end of the meeting, governors who were approached for comment told journalists that they had resolved not to speak to anyone about the matter. Those who were approached included the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, Rochas Okorocha, Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong, and Kaduna State Governor Nasser El-Rufai. The former secretary to the government of Nasarawa State, Philip Dada, has declared his intention to run for the governorship elections in the state under the aegis of the All Progressive Congress, APC. Dada made the declaration when he met with the APC ward official of Karu local government area of the state. According to him, he joined the race because of his plans for the development of the state through people-oriented programs. Karu Ward chairman of the APC, Abdul Rauf, described Dada as a humble and dedicated party member who has contributed to the development of the state. Dada solicited the support of all APC stakeholders across the state for the realization of his governorship ambition. He advised delegates to shun the money-bag politics in order to guarantee the emergence of good leaders that will take the state to the next level of growth and development. Nigeria will be a nation of pride to its citizens, and its glory will be restored. Senior pastor of Divine Appointment Ministry International, Reverend Ben Iragbai, expressed his optimism at the service to pray for Nigeria's restoration.
As Nigeria continues to battle with her myriads of security and economic challenges, especially with a series of kidnapping of girls from northern parts of the country and the herdsman-farmers crisis that has led to the death of many, some pastors have continued to hope in God for peace to reign in the country. One of such clerics is Reverend Ben Iragbai, who held a service to pray for Nigeria's restoration.
This nation as Nigeria, restore us. The same way Jesus rose, let Nigeria rise again. The same way Jesus rose, let Nigeria rise again. Death could not hold him captive. The Roman soldiers could not hold him captive. Even the Jews that were against him could not hold him captive. Father, we are saying, any satanic power that has hijacked this nation, we command their yoke to be broken. Let Nigeria be a nation that we will all be proud of. Let it be a nation that we will all be proud of. A nation that will no longer be a reproach. A nation that will no longer be ashamed to bring out our passports. Help us as a nation. Help us. We have missed it, Lord. Help us. We missed several opportunities. Help us. For all kinds of bloodshed, Lord, have mercy. Help us, Lord.
Reverend Ben also encouraged Nigerians not to allow poverty in life, challenging them to rise above every limitation the country presents.
The reason for poverty is we allow our brain to go comatose. We allow our brain to just, well, nothing, you put on TV. You begin to watch. If you really need it, TV will go off. Newspaper will go off. Everything goes off. You are thinking, what do I do? How do I do? Where do I go? Which business do I do? What do I do? You are thinking. Praise the Lord. Are you all with me this morning? It makes you to wake up. It makes you to want more. I repeat myself. If you look at this scripture we read, why they were complaining, they now say, why was it not sold and given to the poor? Jesus said, the poor you will have with you always. Prophecy. But me, I will not have poverty.
With prayers and encouragement of this nature for Nigeria, it is hoped that the country will get better. Atinikyo Weye Ajibwe, Superscreen News.
The National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, says reports that it has suspended issuance of national ID card to Nigeria is untrue. The agency said collection of cards by persons who had completed the enrollment process will commence from April 3rd. The statement by the spokesperson of the Commission, Lovedale Bona, said all individuals who completed their enrollment procedures must have started receiving SMS inviting them to proceed to the NIMC office where they enrolled to pick up the cards from yesterday. Ogbonna also said persons yet to receive any SMS are advised to check the status of their cards on the NMIC website. Spokesperson reminded Nigerians and legal residents that the National Identification Card number is not only the unique identifier but also the most important token issued by the Commission and not the physical electronic card ID itself. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has maintained that despite the looters list released by the federal government, that the federal government has no case against them. The party in a statement claimed the federal government only released the alleged looters list in order to divert attention from the faults of its administration. They also challenged the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, to name any members of the rebranded PDP convicted for corruption. The party, in the statement which was signed by its National Publicity Secretary, Kola Ologbondiyan, alleged that the essence of the alleged looters list was to cause public misconception and divert international and national discourse from various issues plaguing the nation. Governor David Umahi of Ebonyi State has sacked the secretary to the state government, Professor Bernard, although Governor Umahi had earlier rejected the resignation of the SSG on the grounds that the letter was submitted during the public holidays and therefore did not hold any valid meaning. The governor, who disclosed this to journalists at a rally in Government House, announced the immediate appointments of Ijinus Nwanku as Udo's replacement, describing the new SSG as a round peg in a round hole. The new SSG was, before his appointment, the Deputy Director General of Divine Mandate, a political platform on which the governor ran his campaign for the 2015 elections. The Lagos East Senatorial District Executive has passed a vote of confidence in the senator representing the district and the Senate, Gbenga Ashafa, and backed his re-election bid. The Ibeju-Lekki Local Government Area APC Chairman Tajuddin Balogun said that the executive of the district and ward members of Ashafa and the Bigije Ibeju-Lekki area of Lagos State, as well as the executive of the Ibeju local government, took the decision during an Easter get-together for residents of Lekki. Responding to the gesture, Ashafa attacked the people, noting that he did not expect the endorsement and promised not to let the people of the senatorial district down at all costs. The Nigerian police force says it would arraign Dino Melaye and the 4 suspects rearrested for alleged conspiracy and unlawful possession of prohibited firearms at the Federal High Court in Lokoja, Kogi State on May the 10th. You will recall that on March 2nd, the police command in Kogi State announced the escape of 6 suspects from lawful possession. The command later announced the arrest of 4 of the 6 suspects on March 30th. The force spokesperson, Jima Moshood, an assistant police commissioner who disclosed this to journalists in Abuja, said 2 of the suspects are still at large. Moshood also said the suspects will be rearraigned in court for prosecution on completion of investigation. The Commissioner of Police in Imo State, Chris Ejike, has detained 3 policemen attached to the anti-cultism unit of the command for allegedly threatening to frame some journalists and collecting a bribe of 10,000 naira from them. The victims were members of the Online Media Practitioners Association of Nigeria who attended the association's convention in Owerri between March 30th and 31st. The CP, who disclosed this to journalists, said he had given the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department 7 days to conclude investigation into the matter. Ezeki said the policeman will face an orderly room trial if found culpable of the allegation. Former leaders of the Niger Delta militants has warned the coordinator of the Presidential Amnesty Program, Professor Charles Dokubo, against saboteurs and corrupt employees in the office. Former agitators under the auspices of the Niger Delta Reformed Former Agitators Association told Dokubo that corrupt and selfish elements were behind the downfall of his predecessor, Brigadier General Paul Boro. They appealed to him to identify and remove bad eggs from the office to enable the scheme actualize its aim and objective. The former militant leaders, who were drawn from the 9 Niger Delta states, commended President Muhammadu Buhari for appointing a scholar, technocrat and administrator to coordinate the scheme. Away from that, now Lagos State Police Command says it has recovered more than 200 illegally acquired firearms from individuals and suspected hoodlums in the last 7 months. State Commissioner of Police Edgar Imohimi, who disclosed this to journalists in Lagos State, said the firearms were recovered from suspected hoodlums and those who embraced the 21-day grace period given by the Inspector General of Police to submit their illegally possessed firearms. Report says the recovered arms and ammunition were taken to the Lagos State Police Command Armory. Imohimi added that the recovery covered a period of 7 months starting from September 2017 when he assumed duty in the command. A member of the House of Representatives, Mutiu Shadimu, has charged youths in Oshodi Sola local government area to be self-independent by using their skills to create employment for themselves. Shadimu gave the charge at a program to celebrate youths who participated in a 3-month skill acquisition program.
The advice given by the second richest man in the world, Bill Gates, that the federal government should invest more in human resources does not come as a surprise to some public office holders. For this House of Representative member, Mutiu Shadimu, representing Oshodi Solo Constituency 1, he believes investing in human capital is a panacea for growth and national development. Speaking at an economic empowerment program organized to youths in Oshodi Solo local government area, Shadimu decried the level of unemployment in the country, charging the graduates to be self-reliant, just as others speak on the initiative to train these youths on different skills.
There's so much property in the land, and unemployment is growing, and youths are becoming more criminals because they don't have anything to do. They're hiding. Therefore, the only thing I can do is to ensure a kind of empowerment to them. Gradually, we can liberate the mind of the youth, can engage them so that they have something to do, they can feed themselves, no matter how small. So I think that will take them away a bit from the crime.
In collaboration with the National Directorate of Employment, some people across party line, across religious line, whether you are PDP, you are APC, whatever, that does not matter. As long as you are constituents in the constituency of Honorable Shadimu. Not only training them and allow them to go out like that, they should have instruments so that they can start the job they want to learn on their own, so that they will be self-employed. They be self-employed. You know, we don't have employment as we used to have it in the white collar side. And we have decided to provide all the kits that they need so that they'll be able to stand on their own, and in a very short while they will also become an employer of labor.
Most of the ladies, most of the boys that we thought would be useless in the society, I believe with this, they will be able to help themselves. They will be able to help themselves out. At least getting something to put in the mouth, it means a lot. They have been empowered. It is now left to them to do what they ought to do.
There's serious poverty on this land, and these people should take this thing as a privilege. as their own national cake. It's better to start small than for you to expect a million. These people should go out there and be employment labor and help to solve the problem of poverty and insecurity in the nation.
The graduates expressed joy and their willingness to take their skills to the next level.
Today was the best day for me because I've been hearing empowerment since I was born. Today I see that the empowerment is real. And by empowering us now, it's just like somebody who is give me fish, don't give me fish, show me how to make the fish. Our honorable now have shown us how to catch the fish, not to give me fish. By doing this thing today, I was so happy because now I can be able to do something that will help my family and help other people.
In more than 3 months, we've been learning this training. So he gave us kits, makeups is there. We've done up to like 3 or 4 seminars, and it's okay.
My advice for youths like myself is that whenever they see an opportunity like this, they should not shy away from it. They should key themselves into it because it's going to enable them to overcome the challenge of unemployment.
Worthy of note is that the training is organized in conjunction with the National Directorate of Employment. With trainings like these, expectations are high that Nigeria is on its way to eradicating poverty.
Former Minister of State for Defense Musiliu Obanikoro has commended Governor Akinwumi Ambode and his drive in sustaining and upholding indigenous cultures, traditions and norms of Lagos State. Obanikoro, who served as senators representing Lagos West Senatorial District from 2003 to 2007, said this while speaking with journalists in Lagos State. The former governorship candidate in Lagos State described the increase in technological advancement as a challenge to cultural growth in the country, but stated that the development of cultural heritage will expose the city to international visitors. He also lauded the state government for investing more in culture and tourism and entertainment in order to prevent them from being eroded by Western influence. The Lagos State government has directed asphalt producing company in Ijora Olokpa area of Lagos State to stop production over the emissions released from the firm's plant into the community. The State Ministry of the Environment, who disclosed this, said notice rights had been served on the company, Righteous Construction Company Nigeria Limited, adding that the police backup had been sought to seal the firm today. Residents in the area, especially children, suffered health challenges ranging from breathing difficulty, chest pain to cough and eye problems. They also lamented the particles from the emission escaped into their apartments, contaminated their water, food and clothes spreads on lines. The Commissioner for Environment Ministry, Babatunde Durosimieti, said he had ordered the stoppage of operations in the firm. Right about now, you're watching Superscreen News at 10. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll continue with the business stories. Stay with us. Welcome back to Superscreen News at 10, and now for some business stories. The federal government has urged member countries of the Niger Basin Authority to pay their contributions in order to contribute effectively develop the region, which currently has over 130 million people. According to the government, the development of the Niger Delta Basin cannot be achieved without adequate funding, as the livelihood of millions of residents of the region is at risk. Speaking on behalf of the Nigerian government at the technical experts meeting of the 36th ordinary session of the Council of Ministers of the NBA in Abuja, the Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, said climate change has dealt a severe blow to the region. Suleiman, who is represented by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Water Resources, Musa Ibrahim, told delegates at the event that the Niger Basin area is rich in its diversity and has a population of more than 130 million people. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Kachiku Ibe, has inaugurated Oando PLC's new office space called the Wings Office Complex in Lagos State. Kachiku, who congratulated Oando for the achievement, said Oando has shown uniqueness as a Nigerian oil company, showing support to the government and the Nigerian populace. The group chief executive, Oando PLC, Wale Tinubu, said passion is not only one of the core values at Oando as it drives their ambition. The Chartered Institute of Forensic and Investigative Auditors is called on the federal government to raise the audit standards in the country so as to curb the high level of corruption and fraud in the country's financial systems. The president of the institute, Victoria Enape, who disclosed this in Abuja, said the move would inspire public confidence in the Nigerian financial system. Enape said, in view of the rising cases of fraud and corrupt practices in the country, raising the audit standards would engender integrity, objectivity, and trust in the accounting and financial reporting process in the country. She also said currently the practice of auditing had no dedicated professional body regulating it, noting that this had given financial accountants the opportunity to claim autonomy of the field. Still talking business, the federal government has identified smuggling of rice, mainly from Thailand and India, as the biggest challenge facing rice production in the country. According to the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, smuggling rice from the two countries comes into Nigeria through the country border with Benin, Niger, and Cameroon. The minister, who disclosed this at a press conference in Lagos, said over 2 million metric tons of rice per board were smuggled into Nigeria in 2017, according to Rice Millers Importers and Distributors Association of Nigeria. You're watching Superscreen News at 10. We'll take a break now. When we return, it'll be time for some foreign stories plus some sports news. Stay with us.